Hello, this is Rubbergirl back with another video. This is my third video tonight. I'm gonna, well, if any of you have seen my Rebel Reactions 5, I did not mean to put 4, I did mean to put 5, but my finger slipped and I forgot to correct it. But this is number 7. And today we're going to be reacting to Feast of Fiction Harry Potter Pumpkin Pasties. Well, let's get right into it.
This week's feast.
Pumpkin pasties from Harry Potter.
Confringo.
Guys, just so you know, I literally know nothing about Harry Potter. Sure, my brother has seen nearly all the movies, but I don't know a single thing about Harry Potter.
So, Ashley, what do you know about pumpkin pasties?
But if you guys can tell me in the comments what you guys know about Harry Potter, if you've ever seen it, that would be great. Well, let's get back into it.
Anything with pumpkin is over the moon delicious.
That is, I agree wholeheartedly with that. And 'tis the season. Pasties, originally also known as Cornish pasties, are a traditional baked meat and pastry pie from the UK and England. But in Harry Potter, they are pumpkin pasties. And the first time Harry buys one is actually on the Hogwarts Express to school at Hogwarts. The Honeydukes Express sells it, and they come with this cart, and Harry's just like, we'll take the whole lot, and Ron is just like, because he's never been able to afford anything close to that number of pasties, and they eat them all up, and it's great. Also in 1994, apparently, Cho Chang bought about 2 of them, and that's when Harry first ran into her, and you could say that their first love was ignited by the pumpkin pasty.
Huh.
Anything else I need to know about them? Great, let's get baking. Let's get started on the dough. My lovely assistant Jimmy here is going to...
Let me bake.
My lovely assistant Jim is going to put... First, we're going to get started on the dough. My lovely assistant Jimmy here is going to put the dry ingredients into the mixer or a bowl. You can hand mix it if you want, but he's going to start with some flour. We got sugar, we got salt, we have baking powder, and those are going to be the components of the dry ingredients.
All set?
Awesome.
How'd I do?
I think you did a fantastic job, but
Yes.
you're only halfway done. Oh. Got it mixing up a little bit, and then he's going to add the butter, the most delicious part.
Butter.
Yoink.
Yeah.
Butter.
Oh, strike 2 for this guy.
It went in.
Might have to find it.
Do we need to go faster?
Sure.
Okay.
It's gonna get pretty clumpy. Just don't go too fast, otherwise it's gonna blow up in your face, as you've seen, I'm sure, this one do before.
It
It has happened.
Yeah. All right. Now
That
all
was not
mixed
me.
up.
Our last ingredient is water.
Dun,
Stir
dun,
at the
dun.
same temperature, stir at the same speed.
Correct.
Clump it up. Don't drop that clump it up.
Keep it going.
Don't drop that. So if you don't have a KitchenAid, obviously you can do this by hand. It'll just take a little bit longer, and you just have to make sure that you really work it through to make sure you don't have any of those
Elbow grease.
They should make a product called elbow grease. That one's for free, internet.
Take it and run with it.
I bet they do sell a product called elbow grease.
Don't look so bad.
Sadly, they probably don't.
Take your dough out, and we're gonna stick it in a bowl, and stick the sucker in the refrigerator. So now it's
In
time
the
to mix
fridge.
the pumpkin innards of this sucker. But before we start, one small note. Right now we're using pumpkin puree, which you can buy any can from the store. But if you're an enterprising fellow, you can also make it yourself with cooking pumpkins.
Cool.
Yeah, and we've actually done this on a couple of our own recipes. If you look back at I think it was the soup. That's right, soup. Just check that out and you can find out how to do it. Otherwise, we're saving time and saving time with pumpkin puree.
Still delicious.
Yeah.
It's gonna be equally as awesome.
So to start, just combine your eggs with your pumpkin puree. Oh, this looks like when I drank too much orange soda when I was in 6th grade. Then.
Are you serious?
Next up, we got some heavy cream.
Ready to start whipping?
I feel you, bro.
You got those guns ready?
I feel you.
Right.
Lock and load.
Talking about, getting sick, one time I was in, I think it was 3rd grade, or, 2nd grade. I was so sick. I had to leave school for like a month. Yeah, I came back just around Valentine's Day. So yeah, I started feeling better all of a sudden. So yeah, I went back to school. Like the first time my mom realized I was sick, well, I realized I was sick. I had a very fallen asleep foot. I went to the nurse and then I was complaining about it in the morning. And then then a couple of my friends said you should go to the nurse's office. Well, a couple of the kids I know said you should go to the nurse's office and get it checked out. And then the nurse said I was sick. I had a fever 117. So yeah, that is very rare. Like I was like really sick. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into this.
Did we both
Don't-
say lock and load at the same time?
Don't want to waste your time talking about myself.
Twinsies.
Yeah,
Next up, throw in your
twinsies.
clumpy brown sugar, followed by your powdered ginger. Hold on, switch. Can't take it anymore. And finally, we have the remainder of our spices. So we've got cloves, allspice, nutmeg, and the ever festive and ever important cinnamon.
What next?
Salt.
All right. How much?
It's like a teaspoon or so. I don't know. I measured it out before. Can't count on me now. You gotta look at that recipe down below. That's what cookbooks are for.
That's what cookbooks are for.
Ambidextrous whisking.
Oh! A rolling pin just fell on my foot! This rolling pin!
A rolling pin spell on his
My
foot.
wand!
We have a small pan here. We're gonna just spray it down a little bit on the inside and pour the solution in. Alright. It's like a freaking volcano over here. Alright, so trying not to be as sloppy as we are, you're gonna stick this in the oven at 425 for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you're gonna lower the heat to 350 until
Okay.
it cooks
Really,
all
we're
the way
putting it in
through.
the oven like that.
Well, we'll do a little bit of cleanup. Just a little, though. I think it's almost ready.
Yeah, I mean, this looks just delicious.
Right?
Okay, so now it's time to roll out our dough.
Oh, all right. I got a spell for that occasion. Just have to think about what exactly that spell is. Hold on.
Okay, so I'm coming up with that. I think my magic wand is more effective.
Yeah, you got me beat. I'm just gonna put this toy, not real wand, away.
I'm gonna borrow my wand.
Together.
Okay.
All right. So the dough is nice and cold.
So how thin?
It's just sticking to the rolling pin.
Not too thin, because if it's too thin, you put the stuff inside and you fold it over and it
It'll
rips.
explode.
Yeah, you don't want it to explode. So do you have any best rolling techniques for all us aspiring bakers out there?
You know, honestly, I would roll it a couple times and then
Huh.
flip it, maybe throw some flour on it, as my lovely assistant Jim is
Hi.
flouring. And then you can just flip it over, do the same thing, get a couple more rolls, and I think you're ready to fill them, huh?
All right, that's right.
Okay. We're using a scalloped edge cookie cutter here.
Because we're going to be crimping the edges of the pasty, when we fold it over, so we want to have a little texture on it to begin with.
Now that our pumpkin filling has baked and cooled, we are going to put a dollop in the middle, fold it over to create our pasties.
Ooh, nice. This is super cute, by the way. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I don't even want to fold it up.
That's adorable.
Let's just bake it how it is. When folding these up, the big thing to be wary of is that when you crimp the edges, that there's nothing in between the dough. So if there's a little bit of pumpkin there, it's gonna not crimp correctly, and it'll leak when you bake it, and it just won't look as awesome. You want it to look awesome, trust me.
Totally.
Time to get folding.
Yeah.
Look at these. These are
Oh my gosh, that
looking
looks
so
so
good.
perfect.
perfect. It looks perfect.
Look at that thing.
Is crimping a dance term? It could be a dance term
How would one crimp in the dance field?
for this.
Yeah?
Or maybe that's a little chicken.
Wow, I am cold, and I'm wearing a jacket.
Press down in the middle a little more. I'm like spreading the pumpkin on the inside.
Ooh, nice.
That's a risky move.
That is a risky move
Because you could bust
you
it.
could bust it. Yeah. You want to bust a move, but you don't want to make any risky moves. That was a video game reference. You ever play Bust a Move?
I have not, but I heard the song.
I have not played Best of Move
From the
either.
90s? Anyone? Anyone? Before your time?
Me.
That's what you got. You got me in pop culture. I got
My
you in
mom.
game culture.
There you go.
If you have kids, this
Or
is
my
a great
dad.
recipe to do with your fam
Oh my
fam.
gosh, and so cool.
Stick these suckers on top. And very importantly, can't forget this step. cut some slats in the middle, and also give it a slight egg wash so it cooks a golden brown. We got some egg whites right here. Just give it a nice brush over the top, even coat. So these guys are set to go. Just stick them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes or until they get nice and golden up top. And then it's time to feast. Let's go. I'm gonna need this.
I'm gonna need this.
And voila, once again, look at these delicious pumpkin pasties with that beautiful golden brown topping thanks to the egg wash and of course the different patterns of the slats cut on top. So feel free to get creative when you make these with your friends and family this holiday season.
Moment of truth.
Look how beautiful these are.
Do they taste as beautiful as they look?
You know what, I've already eaten it with my eyes and the answer is yes.
And you've already eaten it with your nose?
Yeah, well it's a little hot too, so I'm worried I'm gonna burn myself, but we'll see.
It smells delish.
It's like crumbly, which is exactly what you want a pastry to be. Or a pasty, I suppose. Is it too hot? But you look like you're enjoying it, right?
It's so good. Dude, I will burn the roof of my mouth for pumpkin any day of the week.
It looks very delicious.
So hot. We can even wait for them to cool down.
So how about that pumpkin filling? Oh, my finger got burnt! Great for parties.
That's funny.
Great for giving out to friends. Great for just having out there. And really, not that hard to prepare.
So fun, too.
Oh, also, if you don't want to make the dough yourself, you can just buy like a pie crust and use that. You know? Super
That's
simple.
a cool idea.
Oh, Harry Potter. Thanks for introducing this to us, because this is a great meal.
This was great.
Yeah, I approve.
I really don't remember anything else you told me about like Hogwarts Express or anything like that, but these are really good. I kind of wish I would have listened more now.
That's okay. I was pretty much spouting off crap anyway. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that pumpkin pasties are delicious. And there's one thing you should take away from Harry Potter. Great food.
Hey, that I know.
Cheers, guys. See you next week. Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for watching the last two Feast of Fictions. Many thanks to the awesome Play Fight VFX guys for doing all of the VFX for these last two episodes. Make sure you check them out because they've got a companion episode on their channel right now to accompany our Feast of Fictions. So it's youtube.com/PlayFightVFX. That's right. The link is below and as well as above. So check it out, guys, and we'll see you next week with a brand new Feast.
Well, guys, that's done. So, yeah, what I was gonna say is, well, if you guys start commenting, like, I could, like, start doing a read your comments video, like every other YouTuber. Like, I could start reading your comments, but I can't do that unless I get comments. I don't usually get much comments on either one of my channels. I have two Chloe Shan channels and my Rebel Girl channel. So, yeah, don't look at that or else I'll have to kill you. Never mind. I'll have to, like, I have to get comments to start doing that. And I wanna say, great job, Feast of Fiction. Like, Feast of Fiction works so hard on doing this perfectly. And once again, if you want to tell me, like, about Harry Potter, because I don't really know much about it, but my brother does. I don't usually pay much attention to him, though. Well, Rebel Girl, out.